Ready? Yellow waiting. 55 to Mike. Here we go, D. All day, D.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Hey, Alpha. 55. 36.
On 2nd and 7, Breeze. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Kerry Hyder flying in and laying the lumber defensively.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
Check. Easy. 54. Run it. Mike 5-4. Where's that? Watch the run.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And Gibbs got it. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Here's Breeze to throw. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep for the Cowboys, Tavon Austin. Fielded at the 20. Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, This is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Ready?
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Watch 54. Watch 54. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hey, easy. Safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check. Lucky. Hey, kill.
Toss play, Kamara. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
13. 55, Mike, got 55. Watch the run, watch the... Hey, orbit. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. I got it. Hey, easy. Back to Mike, I got him.
Shotgun now for Breeze. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Get ready, they go kill. Watch the whip.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Kill. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Watch the run. Watch the run. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Watch the screen. 12. Mike, 55.
Throwing now is Breeze. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now.
Ready? Yellow waiting. And we heavy on the edges. Have one. 55's Mike, guys, 55. Here we go. Buzz. Mike. Hey, easy. Check, 55, Mike. Watch the curls. Hey, check. Kill. Watching you grind. Hey, check. Hey, Delta. Mike, 55. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Switch it. Sammy. Switch it.
Yeah, that'll be a... Accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Watch the slap. Check, 55. Hey, easy. Check, 55 to Mike. Here we go, D. Get off the field. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Hey, defense. Hey, kill. 55, Mike, 55. Focus, defense, focus.
To throw, it's Breeze. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. We remind you that coming up tomorrow night, Monday Night Football, we finish off the first quarter of the season with an AFC North battle from the Steel City. The Bengals and the Steelers kickoff scheduled for 8:15 Eastern. A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Alexander on the tackle. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here I come. Go. Get out there. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Throwing, Prescott. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. To throw is Prescott. Going right side, he has Witten. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
47's the mark.
Prescott down. And this will be incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And that'll make it 3rd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go. Mark 47. Then we're going to 52. Switch. Check 52.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here in some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Bring it. You're good. Right forward, ready. Right there.
Now Breeze. Escaping the pressure right. Left side, caught by Matthews. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Bound to lose one.
Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Mike 5-4. Check.
From the 39, Breeze. He'll bite, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jalen Smith He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
54 Mike. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, kill.
On third and long, it's Breeze. And that will be incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over here at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Fofo's a Mike. Mike Fofo. Man, that's trash. That's trash.
Second down, Prescott. Looking for his tight end, Witten, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there.
Now Breeze lost the football. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Hey, exit. 5-9.
Now, we ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous. Mike 55, Mike 55.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down.
A 33-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Out
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And his pass incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Prescott from the gun. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come.
Prescott looks to throw on first. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike, 50. 11. Over.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 36. Mike's 50.
Hey, easy.
Mike's 54. 3 buzz.
The final shot before half for Breeze. Looking long for Thomas. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Prescott to throw it. The tight end Jarwin with it out on the left side. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
At the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Bandit.
The give is to Elliott. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Cowboys on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Hey, easy. Mike 55, Mike 55. You, hey, zoom.
Another try after the first down sack. Breeze. And Thomas has it. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. That's going to set them back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Ready. Check safety, check safety. Hey, easy. Here we go, here we go.
Right there, 54.
Here we go, 21.
Watch the slant.
Right, cut.
54 is Mike.
You're good. Line 4, ready. 54. Ready, catch.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. The 30, 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. Ted Ginn, 82 yards. And the Saints get a bit closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Count. 47.
And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper and we mentioned, what they play man coverage against you. He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, They think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
Check. I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
From the 44, Prescott looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Cooper's got it. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. Prescott now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10.
44 to Mike, 44 to
From the red zone now, Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make this a 2nd down. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Flushed out right. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. But it'll be 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
53.
54 Mike.
Hey, Haywood.
Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Breeze now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Ready? You ready?
Check 55, Mike.
Don't get nervous.
36, 36.
Check right, check right.
Hey, high 7. Under. Hey, easy.
Check.
Now on 2nd and 13. Breeze. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Kill. Hey, kill.
Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. In on the stop, it was Dorrance Armstrong. But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55.
Easy, opposite. Kill. Hey, break it down.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. That's caught. It's Thomas. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Looking to go back to Thomas again, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown.
54 is Mike. 12. Check. Watch 54. Pick me up. Here we go. Mike's 5'4. Mike's 5'4.
Hey, wahoo!
Let's get that ball right here.
Sammy! 5-1. Where's that?
Shotgun now for Breeze. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Hey! Go!
Check 55, Mike. You're not ready.
Hey, kill! Where's that?
Breeze going to go on 4th down. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Robert Quinn, and the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back.
Here we go. Hey, kill!
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Out. Then we're going to 53.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 31-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go, 47.
Check tight.
26. Check 26.
A give to Elliott. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, Elliott. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
A lack of discipline down, and now that leads. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
Here we go.
Check, check. Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Convert.
26.
On 2nd down now. It's Elliott. Power running by Zeke. Oh, refusing to go down. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural, but I
like where we're going with this. Though you say one to represent like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for Dallas, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head back home